Hello awesome people, welcome back to paasolocreates video tutorial. In today's video we are going to learn how to design touch me church flyer in Adobe Photoshop. So if you are interested like I am, let's dive into this now. But before then, please, I would like you to like the video for me, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and also leave me a comment below. Let's talk to ourselves, our experience in graphic design and more stuff. And also I have a beginner's course for everyone who wish to learn from me from the beginning all the way up to designing stuff like this. So if you're interested in my course, make sure you contact me using the numbers you can find on your screen, or you can WhatsApp me with the same number. So without further ado, let's dive into this now. So first of all, we are going to create a new document by going to File, New, to create a new document. Then under Print, we are going to select A4 from here. Okay, my A4 didn't come, but no worries. I know the size already, so I will leave it in millimeters, and here is supposed to be 210 and here is 297. And then I'm going to leave the resolution at 300. Click on enter to create the A4 sheet for me. All right, then from here we are going to develop the background like we have here. Okay, so let's see how we can do that. So I have my resource files, which I'm going to leave the link for you to download and use as well. Okay, so I will start by using the rectangle tool to draw a shape around the rectangle. Okay, so I'll select the rectangle. I'll click and drag to cover the whole canvas. Okay, the work area. I'm going to add a gradient overlay, so FX and then gradient overlay. So with gradient overlay, this is the gradient that I'm going to use, and if you like to follow along, I will be pleased if you can type in this code so you can follow along with me. So this is the first color code. Okay, then from here we go here. I think I made a mistake. Let me open it for you again. Okay, so FF8E44. Then the middle one also goes like F91362, and the last one also goes like. So you can create your own tool. So if you like to get a different sort of thing, you can create your own. Okay, so this is the gradient that I am using. Okay, all right, so 35126A. Click on OK, click on OK. All right, so now that we have this one, you see that when we compare here to here, you see we have a bit of difference in it. All right, so I did some adjustment to it to get this nice background you can see here. So I'll go to my source files here, and I have this that I would like to add. So I'll click and drag that into Photoshop. Then I'm going to position this one somewhere here. Click on enter to accept changes, and I will change the blending mode from normal to color band. Okay, so I have color band here. You see how it sort of match the background. Okay, so this was before and this is after. Wow, interesting. Then I reduce the opacity also. Okay, so I don't want too much, so 30% of this one is okay. You see, this is raw and this is what we have added to it. Wow, this is pretty amazing. Then also I have this background that I would like to add next, so I will click and drag this one also into Photoshop. So let me add the hands before. Okay, so I have this image that I also like to add here. So double click on it, increase it to fit most parts. Then I'm going to add the layer mask to this one. So come here and you see this, click on it, add the layer mask, pick your brush tool, and with the help of your brush tool, because layer masks work with the brush tool, select the main brush tool, then use your square bracket, or you can right click on the layer or the canvas to open the brush properties, and you can increase the size, or you can just type in. So maybe we want 750, we can just type in and then you start painting black on the white. So we have white here. So when you paint black on it, okay, so make sure your foreground color here is black. So we are going to get this effect. And if you really want to blend this in well, then you have to reduce the flow or the opacity, maybe all the way down. And when you blend in, this one is even too much, so you can come as maybe 6, and you try to blend this in. Okay, all right, we are going to hide this. That's why I'm not attempting to blend that area, because definitely we are going to hide that. Okay, so I don't even need it, but by the way, I have done it. Then from here, I will change blending mode from normal to screen. Wow, this is pretty amazing. And I will reduce the opacity to almost 60. Okay, let's see, 57 is nice, and let me increase it also a bit. Wow, this is pretty amazing. Okay, then from here, I would like to add this one. So click and drag that into Photoshop. Then I will increase it a bit. This one is too much, so I will change the blending mode to color band and reduce the opacity to maybe 84%. So I don't want too much of it, so this is what we are having now. So let's compare this. This is what we have, and this is what we have also. All right, also we can also copy this. Okay, so we can make a duplicate, then make sure you have layer selected, hold the control and you click and drag over it. We can turn this guy around and then place some here. Okay, I would like to add the layer mask to it, and then also blend these ones in, increase the opacity and try to blend this guy in. All right, okay, so we don't want too much of it, and boom, this is what we have now. Okay, next you can see we have this nice sort of thing going on here. So to apply that, I'll click and drag this guy into Photoshop. So I'll open it in a new tab by dragging it up here, and I think I use the top one. So with the help of my rectangular marquee tool, I'm going to make a selection and then remove that area. Okay, marquee tool, select that and make a selection, Ctrl J to make a copy. I'll click and drag this one here. Okay, so basically this is what we are doing over here. Wow, so now you can see we have the effect, just that this one is not pop as this one. You see this one, the colors are strong, and this one it is not. So I'm going to teach you that trick at the end of the video. Okay, hopefully I will remember and teach you that. So select all of them. So to select all of them, I'll select the first layer on top, go all the way down to the last layer, select that, holding down the shift key, clicking on it to select all. Then I'll click and drag this one to the folder we have down here. It is going to group, and we can name this one as background, short BG. We can also give this one a color, so we can identify the background easily. And normally I like applying blue to my background, I don't know why. And also I like to click on the lock to lock the background. Okay, so it don't disturb me whenever I'm applying a different effect. So then from here you can see we brought in this, that. So let's see what we can do. Go to my source files, and I have this that I would like to add. So I'll click and drag that into Photoshop, then increase the size a bit and click and drag this one here. That was too much. Okay, so I think a place like this is cool. So let's click and drag this one a bit in. Then we can bring the logo and the name of the church. So logo, and I think I have all the details typed here, so I'll just come here, copy that with the help of my text tool, and I'll paste the text. So Ctrl V to paste that, and I'm going to increase the size of the font with a bit of intervals. and maybe write the present under it. So you see, and the present followed. So let me change this one to extra bold and make it maybe 23. Select the move tool, move it in place, and now write the present. A bit of intervals, click on the mark to accept changes. Then from here, I'll position it here. I can go to select all. Make sure you have the text selected. Let me select both of them, and we can align this one to the center verse. Then when you're done, you go to select and deselect the selection. Shortcut is Ctrl+D. I like to bring in my pastels. Okay, so select all of them. I have already made a selection around them to make this tutorial short for us. Okay, so I'm just going to click and drag them into position. All right, so this is our main pastel helper. So I'll also click and drag this one also beneath him. So I think exactly that was exactly what I did. So you two come here. So I can select all of them and group them as maybe Ctrl+G to group and name them as maybe photos. And we can give this one an orange color. Okay, so that's it for that. Next, we are going to add the 3 days and touch me under here, then the details follow. So I would like to click and drag them a bit down. Open my notepad, get my text, come and paste in the text. So you click with the text tool, shortcut is T, Ctrl+V to paste. Intervals are too much, reduce it to 0. Change using the same Open Sans font, change this one to extra bold and increase the size. Let me even decrease this one to -60. Then let's see if I can make it. Then Ctrl+A and align this one to the center. And the black is contrasting with the background, although you can see, but I would like to change this one to white. And then the white tool is kind of cool, but I also like to apply a drop shadow so it can stand out from the background. So move this one a bit up, reduce the distance. Okay, and reduce the speed or the size. Okay, so I think this is cool. Increase the multiply or the opacity. Click on OK. Wow, this is very nice. You can now see the text more. So let me turn off opacity. Is it kind of messed up or contrasting with the background too much? Wow, standing out. Wow. This is good. Then I would also like to bring pastels up again because we have a lot of space up front. So select the group, hold down the Control key, and then we can move them up. So select the group again and move the whole group up. Next, we have our theme. So just select the text tool and paste in the theme. Click on enter, and then we also have the main theme, that is touch me. So click and paste. Then I'm going to make this one big. So go to edit and select free transform. Shortcut is Ctrl+T and increase the size of the font. You can go to select all and align this one to center. When you're done, select and you deselect the selection. Then you see I apply some effects here. Alright, then from here we are trying to replicate what we have here, that we're able to extend this one and extend this one as well. So let's look at how to do that. So with your layer selected, you have to go to type and you'll see convert to shape. So we are making the text shapes, and then when you come to your toolkit, you are going to see direct selection tool. So with the direct selection tool, we can select these 2 points. So if we click and drag over it, we have selected that point, and when we click and drag outside, we can move this one towards outside. We can also hold down the shift key so it will be on a straight line. Leave it when you are okay. Then let's apply the same thing here. Same process. Then drag. So I think a place like this is okay. So when you're done, you click on the move tool, Control O to fit everything to screen. And this is how you can get this effect. And also we have less space here, so I would like to move this a bit up. Okay, so this is the group. Click on the lock. Then let's try to move this. So I'm removing this one from the background. So if I lock this, group, I have left that one. So if I click and drag over it, I can move only these guys, and I can also select these guys and move these guys above. Okay, then I can select these, remove this, and then move only the text down. So we have a little space down here to write our text. Okay, so let me move this guy up, and let me move all of them also a bit up. Okay, so if you add your text, this is how it is going to look like, and you can add the rest of information that you would like to add. So this is how you can design this same church flyer. Let's apply the effect that I told you I will apply that one at the last. So when you come back to the group or the background, let me unlock it. I think I named this one. So where did it go? So with the background group selected, come all the way down here to select adjustment and click on hue and saturation. When you move the slider of the hue, you are changing the colors of the design. So you can change the color to anywhere that you want. So maybe when your client says the design is okay, but can you change the color a bit for me? You can use this hue and saturation to do that effect. Okay, so the effect that I applied here was, I think, 15, and then this one was 27. So this is the saturation. That's how much color do you want in the design. So here was 27, 25 thereabout, and this one too, I wanted it dark, so I also moved the lightness to around 9, -9 or -10. So this is it, and this is it as well. All right, so you can see we have the same effect now. So this is how you can go about this simple church flyer design in Photoshop. I hope you enjoy it. Please make sure you give me a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and also you can get this PSD file on our store. Thank you for watching this video. Until next time, peace, keep creating. Check your screen, the other video we pick for you to enjoy next. We love you.